Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me.
Time to make the funny.
You think?
Says you.
Oh, I said that out loud.
One last time for 2023.
One first time.
Well, we have one chance left to make a funny for 2023.
No
this
pressure.
Is it.
No
this
pressure.
is it.
No pressure.
Actually, it's a lot of pressure. I don't know that we're going to live up to it. Or we're going to succumb. We're going to.
Sorry?
We're going to fail miserably. But that's what we've been doing for the last 12 months. So why change the trajectory now?
The bar is low. The expectations are low.
Right. But we do have things we got to do today. Being it's the last show of the year, we got to crack open the dive logbook, don't we?
For all the dives that we forgot to our dive logbooks, we go and share them with the world right now on Scuba Radio.
Yeah, how you like that, by the way?
Why are they all elves? Why is everything
because
elves now?
it's off season for them, and I felt it was a good idea to put them back to work.
I think you went a little nuts with the auto-tune.
I only had to pay them with stale Christmas cookies, so they work cheap. You feel like you're contributing to their economic.
You're committing to the bit. I'm sorry.
Diabetes.
That's it.
I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, Santa's elves.
That's what they do. Their busiest time there is over. They have no work, so we got to put them together, put them to work, make them feel good about themselves, right? The little people.
Don't tell the children.
Okay. It's not slave labor if it's stale Christmas cookies, is it? I mean, it's more than what we pay you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
true. So,
although
what?
Oh, nothing.
We raid your liquor cabinet.
That's right. They get paid in booze. Booze is what, CJ and Bubble Boy do, at least. The rest of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, it's BYOB, wherever they happen to be located, because they're connected virtually. That includes Barry the Bugger.
Hello.
Who's holding up his big old bottle of Tico's vodka for the new year.
Heavy.
And then we got Jerry the Diver guy.
Old.
Well, that bottle is,
that bottle was bought 2 days ago.
And he's already emptied it and filled
he
it.
ain't even cracked the seal out of it.
Don't worry, Barry. We'll send you a little army girl to help you carry it.
Oh,
I read my mind. Oh, boy.
one of the
He
highlights.
needs somebody to come down and help him drink it.
Jerry the Diver guy actually sounds like he's ready to become
Yeah,
socially
we're closer.
lubricated
Gargle, gargle, gargle.
with old Bear Jer there. That might be a nice little way to, finish off the year. Those guys could get close and
I've got
share
rum.
a
Let's go
cocktail.
outside and count the falling iguanas from the trees.
I
Okay.
would hope it's
Yeah.
not cold enough.
Well,
It will be.
all right. That could
Up
happen.
in your neck of the woods, not down here.
Not down in Fort Lauderdale area.
No, we need about 40 or 38 degrees to knock them
Okay.
off the
Well,
trees.
I have it for you. It's snowing here.
All right. Well,
Barry, grab a flight.
and an iguana or two, and take it up there to
Sure.
Jerry and finish off the year with you guys and your pet lizards. And I'm not even going to say anymore because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
We got Casey Tobacco Nut with us.
Yes,
Probably
I'm glad to be here.
probably has a stick or two ready to go to finish
Hatless.
off the new year.
Hatless for the first time in a long time.
I have a whole box. I'm actually packing up the Radio Crew in Orlando's cigars today.
Oh,
Barry already got
God
his.
bless him. God bless. And then Vinny Two Tanks with us as well.
Vinny doesn't smoke cigars.
He doesn't smoke cigars. He's all bundled up today too. He's wearing he's got his toque on.
Well,
And he's wearing a sweatshirt. And what is it? Cold out there in Cali today?
yeah, it's 58 degrees today.
What?
outside.
Oh my God!
My God.
I would think he'd have his wetsuit on, protection against the giant rogue waves.
Shrinkage.
yeah. That was
could be an
amazing.
issue in California, but not for Vinny Two
I'm
Tanks.
25 miles away from that, so if it's just lapping up at my house, it's really bad.
Not after the next earthquake, you won't be.
Okay, there's an
Way to be
uplifting
positive.
thought.
Yeah, way to be positive.
Now it's time for
Why? It'll be
uplifting
positive.
thoughts.
He'll
with
have
Barry.
beachfront property.
It's possible.
Well, who
Yeah.
knows? Barry may fly out there and bring you an iguana, and you guys can
Don't you want a pet iguana?
feast on roast beast
On
or
a
something.
I'd say that's probably illegal, but I don't
Like
think-
that ever stopped him. So
Isn't everything illegal in California?
Pretty
Pretty
much.
Much, yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Good point. Good
Except
point.
looting.
Or
Yeah.
pooping on the sidewalk.
Okay,
well,
that's
Everything I buy in Florida has a label on it that says may cause cancer in
we do
California.
have recreational marijuana. We do have
okay.
that.
That's all that matters. And
As long as you're stoned, everyone's happy.
well-
how do you think he's gotten through Scuba Radio for the past year? Come on, let's be honest. All right, so look, it is the last broadcast of the year, so we have to
Last
reflect
call.
on our best dives of 2023. So everybody, break out your logbook, and they were given an assignment before the show today to share their favorite dive, and Barry has already promised he's going to bail early today, so I need to go to him first.
I got a note from my mother that said I'm sick, so I need to go home.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, look
I
at
believe
him.
that.
Yeah.
I
That's
believe
his
that.
gift to all of us.
Well,
You're welcome.
it's the gift that just keeps on giving.
Merry Christmas.
Clark?
Well, what I was supposed to do this year was to get in more dives, and I didn't do that. But I also didn't do any boating either when I looked at that log
Yeah.
either.
Okay.
Barry, you not only
Wait a
let
minute.
us down, you let yourself down.
You did.
Yes, I did. I have
And
to
you're
make more time
disgusted
for
with you.
myself.
You're a sorry
Well,
sack of. Well,
I'm
excrement.
sorry. I've got work to do.
okay. Well.
So your
but-
last shot is: did you take any flights in a small private plane?
No, I am not doing that.
Oh,
I
you're
know.
3 for
No.
3. You're
Yeah,
out.
I know that.
Cancel
All
this,
right.
Mike.
No, wait a minute.
Dennis
Let's
is-
just so we're clear here.
Yeah.
So, are you saying Barry the Bugger did not do one dive this past year?
I don't think I did. I have to look
What?
at my logbook.
Well,
I
he
don't
goes
remember
to bed
doing
at
it.
6 o'clock.
Did you?
Well,
did
no,
you?
I-
Did
what
you
does that
take a
have to do with
bath?
diving?
Did you take a bath?
No, my bath isn't due until the first of the year.
God.
Which
We're saving
explains
on
why
water.
we only connect with Barry the Bugger virtually over the intranet.
Yeah. Febreze cleans up everything.
Oh wow, what a mess.
Moving on.
So you have nothing in your logbook that you can share with the world.
Not that I can
So
recall.
his favorite
Uh,
dive is in his imagination.
That's a great start.
We dove
Great
into
story.
Barry's imagination.
Yeah, there's not much imagination.
Did you see Aquaman 2? Did you at least do that much?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't have time to go to. I had nothing. I've been working.
Well, wait a minute.
Doing nothing.
Trying
You,
to pay
you basically
bills.
didn't dive
And then
all
I s-
year. You haven't been doing anything, Barry.
Yeah, I
So
work,
how are you
and
so
then
busy?
And then my Saturdays are taken up with all these shows I've got to do with this boss that just
Oh,
beats
yeah.
me. You got to be
Blame
on
it
the
on
show.
us.
You got to be on the show.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
since you didn't participate in any of the shows in any way,
Well, I did.
you're hereby released.
Thank you.
Well, okay. Well, so we're going to start it off where the bar is really, really low.
Yeah, so I could only go up from here.
Okay, well, then maybe I ought to give you one redeeming chance to bring it up a notch. For next year, your goal is to, your New Year's resolution is to?
Oh, to at least dive twice
Once.
a month.
Oh,
No,
twice a
dive
month. Okay, good.
Twice a month and boat
All right.
once a month.
All right.
Well, let's not get too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
No.
pushing it now.
I
You
know I'm
start
gonna
with
make
once a
that time.
quarter.
All right, we
No,
need
no,
we
no.
need to enable Barry. We do. We need to help him through his issues because he's been obviously dry way too long. There's no
his brain is
excuse
dried
for
out.
that. Yes, exactly. Look at him. He's a mess. We got to fix him. All right, more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Happy New Year to you!
Happy, 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 happy. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to me. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to me.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Happy New Year to you. We're reflecting on 2023. And then eventually we'll get to what we're looking forward to in the new year as we share our New Year's resolutions from a diving perspective. I mean, we got to do that. I mean, it's only appropriate, right, CJ?
Absolutely.
What will Cock Johnson do?
Cock Johnson will be diving as much as he can.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to grab Bubble Boy one of these days, and we're going to.
Whoa! Hey, what you guys do between your buddy pair is between
Greg.
you.
Greg, stop being such a homophobe.
What? No, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't really want to hear
We need to go
about
hit
it.
the springs.
Yeah.
I saw our buddy Kenny's little Sweetwater videos.
Hit the springs like a bed, you mean?
And he's
Bed
like,
springs?
God damn it.
Blue Springs, Greg.
Oh, gee, Barry left, so I can't do any Bear Jared jokes anymore. So
I thought it was Jared.
Or you could come up here.
Barry laughed. Barry's not here.
I know.
That's what I mean.
Springs,
okay, Casey has springs. Yeah.
Crystal River, Homosassa.
Well,
springs
closer to
are
us
these.
is
Sassa.
Blue Springs.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry you had to travel so far.
I'm all about convenience.
Okay.
We go up to
Boy,
Jerry's
you're
place.
grabbing
He's
Bubble
near,
Boy.
Jerry's
Well-
near Manassas.
Well, all right, that's enough. The thing is, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So we need to reflect first, and then we look towards the future, right?
Right.
So we
Right.
As far as 2023, CJ, and/or Cock Johnson, what would be your best dive?
That's
of the
easy.
year? Yeah.
Last January, Bimini, Great Hammerhead.
Yeah,
dive.
me
Yes.
too. Me too. Yeah.
That counts.
Actually,
It was almost a year ago, but it was January.
you know, that's
January.
mine too. Actually,
Yeah,
Well, too late.
and why is that though? Why was it?
Because it was just awesome to see the tiger sharks and the
Well,
hammerheads.
here for me, what was special about that dive was that.
Well, we're not talking about you yet.
Well, I was there too, though.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
we were all there. We all did the same dive, and I think it made the top of our list probably for everybody because we had the great hammerhead and the tiger shark at the same time.
They were dancing together.
And we had the video to prove it. It's up there at ScubaRadio.com on our videos from the past year. That was an amazing thing, and that does not happen very often at all, they said.
And I had a small situation to overcome, which worked out great.
Which was?
Well, first of all,
it was Mermaid Kristen's birthday, and you didn't get her a present?
No, that's not it.
That wasn't it. Okay. All right. Well.
My presence was a present enough.
Ah. Okay.
She didn't tell me that, but I just assumed.
Right. And she's not here now, so.
Yeah, that's how much she gives a crap.
Exactly.
So, no, but so we're, number one, we're overweighted so that we can sit on the.
Yeah, we got to kneel in the sand, watch the great hammerheads,
so
tigers, whatever.
Way overweighted, like 20,
you were like
20-some pounds, right? Like a lot.
A lot of lead.
Based on what the dive master told me. So,
right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no fins. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my inflator hose was leaking a little bit of air. So the dive master came over and just saw that, disconnected it. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
Until it's time to go back up to the rope.
Right.
So I'm overweighted. I have no fins. I mean, I could have inflated it with my mouth, but I'm like,
Oral inflate, yes, which
or
you
you
learned.
just plugged it back up.
Or you could do that, or oral inflation. That is something we learn in our beginning
so
scuba class.
I was like, I don't want to do that. So I'm just fighting like hell.
And the whole goal was to
make the rope.
Make sure you were going to be the last one back to the boat, just in case anything went awry.
Well, I'm looking down. I'm like,
we could sacrifice Cog Johnson. He'll be able to take care of himself.
That didn't happen because I made it to the rope.
I think Jerry and I were the last ones.
Last guy in the water, struggling profusely.
Right.
Tiger sharks, hammerheads.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this couldn't have gone badly.
Yeah, but it didn't. And it was a magical memory.
I was
that
looking
we all
down.
shared.
I'm like, all right, there's a hammer. I don't see this tiger.
Yes.
Yeah, Jerry and I were the last ones up.
And I wasn't on the surface doing this. I just had to get to the rope to do my safety stuff.
Yeah. I actually on that dive, we went down for quite a while.
I swam so strongly, you guys didn't even know that I was,
Well, if you say
myself.
so, right?
I probably wasn't even winded.
But you remember when they did the dive briefing for that dive? They said, "Look, we're going to go down. We're going to be in about 25, 30 feet of water. Stay down as long as you want. We're going to bring the sharks in." And just let it go for as long as you want to go. And it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
And I had done it before, and I knew for a fact that I was going to be the first one to bail because
you're a puss.
No, because I'd done it before, and we got to a point after about an hour. I'm looking around. I'm like, all these guys, everybody's afraid to bail right now. They don't want to be the first one to bail, and I'm like, screw this noise. I'm out. And as soon as I bailed, everybody else followed me out of the water.
Yeah, it was you and somebody else in front of me.
Yeah.
I forget who it was.
But I was just...
Rick actually took one for the team?
I didn't take one for the team. I just found it ironic that everybody was trying to wait because they didn't want to be the first one out of the water.
Well, also, I didn't
because everybody was freezing.
Actually,
I knew I wasn't the only one.
I didn't want the dive to end either. I was like, this is awesome.
Well, right. But I could tell by looking around.
Another 15 minutes.
Well, I don't know. I looked around. I could see everybody was like shaking, and I'm like, if I'm cold, these other losers, they're freezing. They're, what's off.
I was handling it,
and it's time to bail. And then as soon as I bailed, everybody lined up behind me, and I thought that was kind of funny. But we still, I think we were in the water a minimum of like an hour 15 or something.
Like that.
It was a while, yeah.
Yeah,
but
so we had
that was my number
footage.
one, yeah.
Yeah. And so it was for you too, huh, Bubble Boy?
I looked at Jerry, and he was like, man, he did the I'm cold thing. I'm like, well, yeah,
Right.
Jerry's cold.
So
it must be cold.
That's his signal for, you want to come over and cuddle.
Yeah, cuddle, yeah. Cuddle's dead.
But you didn't do that. You just got out of the water instead.
I did notice when we went up, there were a lot more hammerheads that were swimming around the line, the tow line. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, there you
We
go.
don't have any food, guys.
We have no food. Do not eat
They
us.
sensed that struggling swimmer. That's why they were all around the tow line.
Yeah, well, that and what's that yellow cloud?
Oh, I was making my own bubbles.
Greg the
as
Gross
usual.
Master.
Yeah, exactly. Good time. See, I'll tell you what, we're selling it. Aren't we? Not really. Not really painting a very good picture for people who haven't done this before. But I'll tell you what, it's a life-changing experience when you get to, sit there and get within 5 feet of a
I have a
12-foot.
pic.
Yeah, Vinny Two Tanks is showing his big old tiger shark picture, and he's like 5 feet away from probably a 12-footer at least.
Actually, that's the one that CJ gave me this photo. That's the one that he saw.
Wow, there you go. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
And we live to tell this tale, tell the tale. And that's what you do when you're a diver and you have a memorable experience like that. Maybe it'll inspire others to follow our fin kicks. We got more of it coming up. Stay close. The world's first radio show devoted to diving. Last show of 2023.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Just 9 degrees north of the equator lies a cluster of islands that stretch for 600 miles in the Pacific Ocean. Yap, the land of stone money, provides a level of marine biodiversity, culture, history, people, and natural beauty that'll leave you in awe. With miles of unspoiled reefs and very few visitors, divers will enjoy having an entire reef to themselves. Plus, Yap's world-famous resident population of manta rays make for a bucket list dive experience that's great year-round. Plan your visit to Yap now by going to visityap.com. That's visityap.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Happy New Year.
You talking to me?
Clap, clap, clap.
Get that crap out of here.
Happy New Year.
You guys suck.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
See you in hell.
Spin around.
You're an inspiration for birth control.
And stop. Yay. Great job.
Damn, that was annoying.
Yeah, well, it's what you do here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. It's kind of like a leftover from last week's crap extravaganza, where we really abused the eardrums of many a diver. That's just, that's what we do, and we're going to continue to do so. We get to reset, though, in a day or two, don't we, CJ?
I'm second guessing my decision to come here today.
Right.
Because of crap like
Just
that.
like every Saturday, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So you can expect more abuse in 2024. But before we jump into that, we do got to reflect a little bit more on 2023. We all seem to be in agreement. Our best dive of the year was in Bimini with the great hammerheads and tiger sharks. Casey, you have anything you want to amend to that list?
I will
What do you
agree
think?
with the best dive being hammerheads and tiger sharks because shark dives are always the best. But the second phase of that was having the dive god with us and all the great people in Bimini.
Right. So
Hanging
just
out at the bar there. And,
having some pizza.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. It was
Oh, I
just
forgot about the
fun,
pizza.
fun
That was
time.
surprisingly good pizza. I was not
Driving
expecting
around on golf
Going
carts.
to Abby's.
Yeah. And it's a whole experience kind of thing. That's what makes going to Bimini in particular so much fun. It's not just the underwater attraction. That's the main draw for sure. But man, it's the whole way to connect with your friend. And we were celebrating Mermaid Kristen's birthday, And she had the time of her life up to that point, I think.
If only she was here to
to explain and be so grateful for the experience.
confirm that.
Yeah. But no, I think she would. I do.
Might have been her last trip.
Could be. I don't know. Actually, we're planning a thing in January again, but I think we're going to try to sync up with Captain Slate down there in the Keys and do some diving down there in January.
Let's do
That's
it.
on the immediate
That's
future.
going to
We'll
be
see.
cold.
Maybe,
standards.
maybe not. It'll depend. I mean, it'll depend on
It'll be cold.
It's week to week here.
It's not going to be like
Florida
August.
right now.
No,
I'm
it'll be
actually going to
cold
the
by our
Keys.
standards. It's not going to be 80.
Probably not, but it could. You just don't know. But what were you going to say, Jerry, the diver guy? What?
I'm actually going to the Keys next month.
You're not invited. What do you think you're doing?
Not going with you.
Oh, well, what are you doing then? What are you planning to do?
I'm going with somebody else.
Well, who?
Don't be so secret.
Yeah, really. Go ahead and
big
share.
secret.
What's his name?
Jer Bear.
You and Jerry are finally, you and Barry are
Barry,
finally
go diving.
consummating your dive relationship, taking it to another level.
Is Buddy cool with this?
Which buddy?
Dive buddy or buddy buddy?
Right.
I don't think she would be too cool with it.
All right. Okay. Well, I have no idea what he's saying. Care to enlighten us, Jerry?
This is a
He
talk
has-
show,
his
Jerry.
diving
Yeah.
experience, he has overly impressed some
What-
young female.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of teasing right now, but what exactly are you talking about? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Well, Dan, you brought it up. What you can't just sit there and clam up now. What?
I'm going diving to the Vandenberg. So
Okay. What? So what brought this on? Why are you going to the Vandenberg?
Just going.
What is wrong with Jerry? What is going on with him?
He has obviously not been drinking.
It's terrible
or something,
radio.
'cause
He's
being
blushing.
Like little
He's
Mr.
like-
Coy.
Yeah. You can't tell us what the plan is? You're going to go dive the Vandenberg, which is
going
down there by Marathon, right?
Going to go hang out.
Where are you? So are you going to Marathon, or are you going to the Key West, or what? Where
Going
you?
to Key
Come
West.
on, Greg.
Key West.
You and I
Okay.
dove that. It's in Key West.
Okay. Well, right. I
Can't
forget.
get there for Marathon.
Well, what? Yeah.
I think
What's?
I know the problem.
Neil
Well,
ran
what's
him.
the wreck in off of Marathon? That's the one I
That
always
would
get.
be the
in Luke
Eagle
Key.
Grove.
Yeah,
No, it would not.
No.
There's
Eagle
one.
Grove's
The
up in
Eagle?
West Palm.
Gosh,
No,
you
it's
guys are
not.
terrible. It's a,
The
is that one?
Copenhagen?
Is it? No, the Copenhagen. That's Fort Lauderdale.
That's in Fort
Spiegel
Lauderdale.
Grove is Key Largo. There's one in Luke
Dwayne,
Key.
the Bib,
That's
the
all Key
Eagle,
Largo, but there's one in Marathon. But I can't.
The
I'm,
Adopolis Bush.
that might be one of them. But isn't there
Coast
another
Guard
one
cutter?
too?
It's a Coast Guard cutter.
There's a big wreck in Marathon too, and then the Vandenberg is that? Wait, is that what the one you said?
Vandenberg's in Key West.
Yeah, so that's the one you're planning to go dive.
Yeah.
But there's another one in Marathon.
They
It
should
just
name
escapes
one of
me.
these
Hang
wrecks
on, I'll
Scuba
tell you
Radio.
right
I know. So
Hang on.
everybody's like
Because
going,
this
"You
show
idiots!"
is a wreck.
Yeah.
It's the blah blah blah. I know people are screaming at their radio right now because it just escapes me. But
Dumbasses.
yeah, it's Luke Key. They got a big wreck there too. But what brought this on? Why are you going to the Vandenberg, Jerry? I mean, just for something to do? You figure further
Yeah,
south, the
something to
warmer
do.
it'll be.
Stalker.
Go hang out with somebody.
Okay, and this
It
would
doesn't
be.
sound like the person he's hanging out with knows he'll be hanging out.
Oh yeah, she knows.
Oh, it's
And
a
she has a
love
restraining order
connection.
in hand.
No.
All right.
There
Okay.
you go.
So you're going down there. I mean, so you're going to make it a fun little adventure. You guys just decided to pick the Vandenberg or something to do. There was no
Yeah.
particular reason.
Yeah, she hasn't done it, and I said, okay, no problem.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
So you probably need the rest of the Scuba Radio team to show up and enliven your weekend.
Yeah.
No,
Casey
that
will
is
come in and be
exactly
the third
why.
wheel.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not telling no dates.
Did you hear
I've been,
Casey?
Keys
Casey go,
for a
yeah,
while."
I'll be the third wheel. It's like no hesitation whatsoever. That is
I'll
a
be
good
the body
buddy.
she shoves between us, Jerry.
No.
So wait a minute. Did Casey just say he wants to be the meat in a Jerry and something sandwich?
Yeah, he did. I
Wow.
think
I mean,
was
it is
putting
Key
out there
West,
as
so
more of
you
a
know,
defensive. The
like a human
wall
shield.
between-
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Sure you were.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about the Thunderbolt, are you?
Yes, that might be it. That might be the one. That sounds right. But
Anyway, who is
sure
this
does,
again?
Greg.
Yeah. Do you want to say who you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
Come on,
all right.
Jerry.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you bring this up on the on the air,
Great radio.
Yeah, Jerry, you can't keep this to yourself. That's bad form. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm betting it's obviously somebody we've had on the air.
We can keep guessing, Greg. Is her
jealousy,
name
all it
Albert?
Victor?
I'll say
like
the alphabet, and you stop me on the first letter.
Okay,
of
no,
the name.
that's fine.
A, B.
Let's let Jerry have his moment. And
Look, he's all smiling and giddy.
look at him blush. Wow, look at I've never seen him like this before.
I thought he was just dehydrated.
He looks
I
smitten.
wonder why he combed his hair.
I haven't
nuts.
seen him like this since like the first time he met Barry.
Greg, I hate you.
Oh, you nailed that.
Oh golly. Well, at least you got something to look forward to. But what about this past year? Are you in agreement that it was the Hammerhead dive at Bimini?
Yes, and which I also had another great dive.
Yeah. Which one?
And that was with CJ in Lauderdale.
What and bugging or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Doing some lobstering?
No, we wasn't lobstering. We was just getting wet.
Oh, that's right. When I was out of town, you guys got together.
And we
had to
didn't get
go
lost.
dive,
They
yeah.
cheated on you, Greg.
Road trip.
Yeah, and you guys haven't dove together since, right? Have you?
well.
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it might mean something.
What's it mean?
It means that you.
It means we didn't get lost.
Yeah, well, you didn't get along.
He's not.
We
taking,
got along fine.
Are you sure?
Why is he
Yeah.
not taking you down to the?
Yeah. Why aren't you the meat and the Jerry and whatever sandwich?
I wasn't
instead of Casey?
invited.
Exactly.
Is he invited, Jerry?
He didn't invite you
Nope.
either.
Oh, I don't want
He
to be a
didn't
part
invite
of
He
any
that.
of
did
us.
invite us to go to the Keys there, CJ.
He didn't say no. He didn't say no. So there it could happen. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio,
Scuba Radio.
the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Don't you just love New Year's? You can start all over.
It's first radio show devoted to diving. Not New Year's Day yet, but damn near close. As we reflect on 2023 from a diving perspective and then look ahead to the new year for our diving New Year's resolutions. We'll get to those in just a bit. Well, we're making the rounds of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Find out what were their highlights of the year diving-wise. Vinny Two Tanks hasn't said much.
He just cringed so hard when you said
Well,
his name.
Well,
I kind of joined Barry.
kind of joined Barry. What do you mean?
Oh, come
Meaning you
I
on.
didn't dive last year.
You didn't dive at all?
Well, I'll to start off with the scuba radio trip. I really have regrets not going on that. I really made a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a great opportunity, and I screwed it up.
You did do that. I'll agree with you there. You
And-
suck.
Yeah, it was going
Air,
to be phenomenal because
yeah.
because I'm such a good customer with Explore Venture. I was going to get a
Right.
second week for free,
And you blew it.
and I decided, well,
So you didn't dive at all? I thought you did a little bit of diving.
Then I had a trip scheduled for where did we go?
the water.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Don't do
remember
that.
We went on,
You'll
I went
hurt
on the
yourself.
cruise ship with you guys, and
Yeah.
I went on the cruise ship with you guys. I
Right.
did the Caribbean Sharks, but that was 2 years ago.
Yes. Well, and we
And then-
were supposed
and
to go
this time-
diving. Yeah. And we
Go
got
ahead, tell
blown
'em.
out. We did just a couple weeks ago. We got blown out.
Yeah,
we
I
were
was
supposed to go
so
to Bimini
close, and
again.
I was so looking forward to going on that shark dive. I really was excited. I
Yeah.
was really excited.
When we
about
were
it.
on that Virgin boat, by the way, were any of you guys tempted to dive in Cozumel?
When
we're walking on-
I saw the water,
The
I
water
the
was
water
too
was
rough.
really clear right there at the
was, but it's still
dock.
rough.
We saw
probably
turtles and
could've-
all kinds
I
of
didn't
stuff.
know you guys were game. I would have if
Well,
you had been interested. I would
The
have said, let's
seas
go. We could-
were too rough, I thought, but I was impressed with the viz, even right there at the cruise ship dock. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the dock. Yeah, but the dock's kind of a sheltered area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we literally we saw a sea turtle right
Yeah.
there walking back to the shops.
Yeah, and that
from the
then
boat.
that sweaty tourist thank you profusely. Remember
Yes,
that?
for pointing it out.
That was the highlight of her life.
That's right. That's right. But
Greg
no, I
did
was looking at it. I was thinking, gosh, that would be kind of cool to just jump in right here. I didn't see it. You probably don't allow it right there. But
no, it's
yeah.
like anywhere else. You can't jump off a dock. Where
Yes. But as clear as the water was, it
But
was
many
enticing.
people have told Greg take a long walk off a short pier.
But this was a long one.
So he's used to it.
It was a long pier.
Take a longer walk.
Yeah. And but anyway, I was definitely tempted.
Keep going.
Stop. Just stop right now.
Keep going.
All right. Well, so I think we're in agreement that none of us have dove enough. We've had some highlights, but we could always dive more. So that's the first New Year's resolution I think we can all agree to make as a group,
Yes.
right? We got to dive.
We had
more.
another blowout too, Greg. You and I went down. You, me, and Mark went down to the Keys, and the weather was crap. Remember?
No.
Well, we did.
We got that was this past year.
Yeah, we were going to go down with a slate.
Oh, that's right. We went down there and we ended up having
we did the History of Diving Museum.
That's right.
And the coral restoration deal.
And and
we got some dive related stuff done topside.
Right.
but we
I
did
will
not
tell
get
you,
to
by the way, that coral restoration stuff that we saw while we were down in the Keys this past year. You're going to hear more about it next week, I think. But they're planning a thing in May, like the first weekend of May, where that organization that does all that coral reef planning down there that we witnessed, and they gave us the whole, the spiel on how they're working to grow these corals all around the world. It's based, they got a Moat Marine right down there in the Keys. They're actually doing a weekend where they've bought up like 150 dive spots, and they're going to give them away for free. And you can sign up and go dive and help plant some coral for the day, but your dive trip will be free. Your diving will be free that day.
I think we should do that.
I think we might have to take advantage of that. So, but yeah, it's I'll have more details next week on the big show.
It'll be nice and warm by May.
Yes, indeed it will, and you'd be doing good stuff. But I was like, I mean, this is a big deal. They're giving away like 150 dive spots. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So anyway, we'll have more details on that. We'll put that on the list for next year to something to look forward to and to do good.
Could end up being your best dive of 2024.
It could
Who
be.
knows?
You plant a
never know.
coral and then it grows and then you go visit it every year. Hey, little buddy, how you doing? You go talk to your little coral, say hi. What are you giving me? Why are you looking at me like that, God Johnson? Wouldn't that
I'm trying to look interested.
Okay. Well, they're plants, aren't they? Well, they're animals. I guess the corals are animals.
Court, he has to play coral support.
No, that's not. Don't even go there. Yeah. But anyway, so that's something to look forward to. And I got a couple liveaboard trips on the agenda for next year. So I have actually quite an interesting travel plan that is getting worked out right now. I won't have specifics for another couple weeks because we had to get through the holidays to get everything locked in. But we got some pretty exciting things that I think we're going to be announcing for the new year. What do you think, Vinny? Vinny's looking at me.
I've already got one to announce. I booked a trip to Indonesia for a month.
You're going to Indonesia for an entire month.
Yes.
Have you been deported?
No, I'm just taking a vacation.
It's by choice. Okay,
I freaked out because I didn't dive this past year. I made sure I got, because travel is picking up.
Yep, it is.
This trip had 29 spots on it, and
you're like you're going to take one of them,
and it sold out.
So is this a liveaboard thing, or is it land, or both?
It's a resort diving. It's a resort. It's Murex.
Okay.
Murex diving resort in Indonesia.
Yeah. Have you been there before? Is this news to you or new?
Have you
experience?
been there before?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, it's a new experience.
Okay. So what are they known for?
Well, they're right in one of the most popular reef areas. And they take you to the two hottest spots.
The two hottest spots.
Ate by Komodo dragon.
Is that
last year? Do they have those? They don't have those.
I was at the Komodo Sea. Now this is a little bit higher up by the Bangla Sea. It's where they get all the cool pictures of Indonesia.
Yeah, but do they
Although,
have those Komodo dragons there too?
No, that's only in the island of Komodo.
That's
did that
what I
last
thought.
year.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only in that one island.
All right. So, but what is Indonesia known for as far as
But
what
they
do you
have
expect
great
to see?
reefs like the Philippines and all
Okay.
those like Palau. They have a great reef.
Right. Okay.
So you see everything from seahorses, which are really hard to find.
Yeah, they are very hard to find. They're tiny little boogers.
You see,
Yeah.
it's just amazing. You see everything there.
Yeah, but for,
I saw
the
fish.
trip, the trip lasts an entire month though, or are you
Well, it's
making it last an
yeah,
entire month?
it's 3 dives a day for like 3 dives a day for 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
And
okay,
then-
so that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but you're extending it, or
Well, with the travel time and everything, it's a month.
you rounded it up.
Yeah. Right,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
By
So
the
it's
time I
like, it'll
get
probably be
there-
about like 3 weeks.
'Cause I usually like to get there early to do some exploring.
Okay. To acclimate, introduce
Yeah.
yourself to the local culture.
Try the local nightlife. Yeah.
The nightlife.
Exploring.
Explore.
Local
Well,
bathhouses.
What kind of nightlife
What?
do you like, Vinny?
He likes to be clean.
Anything
evidently.
that's fun.
He's
Like, what's fun to you, Vinny?
You like gladiator movies, Vinny?
What's that got to do with the price of tea
Nothing.
in China?
Ever seen a grown man naked, Vinny?
Jerry's going down to Key West here in January. They're pretty loose
I
down
hear it's
there.
pretty
or
wild
something.
there.
Yeah. You've been down there. You'd fit in down there, wouldn't you? Taking the
Me?
local nightlife. Yeah.
That I think I don't know. I'm not an
Let's go to
expert, but I have a
Wait,
feeling
wait.
that town.
You go down there swinging with old Jerry Bear, wouldn't
I
you?
have a feeling that town has got too many tourists.
Too many tourists.
I'd have to- yeah, well, once I get to know the locals, they probably have a bar they hang out in. That's probably
Okay,
right.
and you'll find it. You'll find that bar, and you'll be there with them, all hanging out and having a good time. On that disturbing note, we're going to wrap up this hour and kick into next hour as we reflect on 2023 and look forward to 2024. Stick around to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. It's the last broadcast of 2023. We're reflecting back on some of our best dives. It's just what you do at this time of year.
All the dives that we forgot to our dive log books we go. and share them with the world right now on Scuba Radio.
Yeah, it's what we do. You know, you reflect on your best dives of the year. In hour one, I think it was pretty much unanimous. It was the dives we did in Bimini in January for Mermaid Kristen's birthday. And we saw big old hammerheads. We had tiger sharks. We had actually tiger sharks and hammerheads at the same time, which is even unheard of for them. So we had a very special experience there in Bimini. That was January of 2023. I mean, we had to go all the way back, 12 months to our best dive, and I think it was pretty unanimous for the crew. Kristen is with us now, live from Walmart, and we just planned it that way. But no, she's
They are
with
not
us.
a sponsor.
They are not, and but she did promise to pick us up some corn nuts in the checkout counter when she checks out of Walmart there. But Kristen, how you doing? What's going on? Would you agree? Oh wait, she can't talk right now. She's
I'm good.
checking.
No, I'm good now. No,
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
She's being detained by security.
That's right. You got to pay for the corn nuts before you leave. Okay.
Those aren't free samples.
Yeah. But
I was hoping they would be, but
right.
You're good up to $999. They don't worry about it.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, now we know.
It's only in California.
Yeah. Well, Kristen, your best dive of 2023, is it safe to assume that it was your birthday weekend there in Bimini?
Yes.
I figured
Come on,
as much.
you know me.
Yes.
You know me. Of course, my favorite dive and my best dive, honestly, my favorite dive of all time and my best dive of 2023 was definitely doing the hammerhead sharks at Bimini.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
It was
Because we were all
definitely
there with you, right?
Yes, exactly.
She's like Casey was there? Oh, okay.
It was the best way to start the year, and it was definitely the best birthday present I've ever had.
Yeah.
So,
well, there you go. Well, there's always this next year. I mean, what are you going to try to replicate that? I know you're planning something down there in the Keys, right?
yeah, so I'm trying to go down. I'm gonna try to go down to Key Largo,
Okay.
and go scuba diving with Serena for my
Right.
birthday.
Okay. All right. That sounds like
So
fun.
We're, it's not quite as cool, but I'm trying at this point now to every year for my birthday. That's when I'm starting and go scuba
You got to spend it underwater. Right.
diving. Exactly. Exactly.
The trick is lighting the birthday candles. That's difficult.
That's what we have the scuba magician for, though.
Well, you can do that. That's true. Or you get those special candles. They're more like underwater flares. That would be a kind of a fun experiment, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure it would.
We're all about doing new things.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
Yep. It could be. It could be something. Well, you have your mission if you decide to accept it. You do underwater birthday candles there in the Keys.
Well,
All right.
I think that we can probably try and figure it out.
Right. Well, any other highlights from 2023 for you, dive wise, or really was that it? I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, obviously the hammerheads were awesome for me, but doing Turks and Caicos with where we met Serena and Kelly coming with us.
That's right.
Seeing
That was a
Scott-
good one.
Seeing Scott actually do the underwater magic stuff was definitely awesome. Like actually seeing it in person underwater as opposed to just watching him do it on stage. So I thought that was really cool too.
Right. Just the fact that Kristen went on that trip and didn't get, cut in half, and survived
Very
it
true.
with the
Yeah.
scuba magician is an experience in itself. But yeah, well, actually, we're that's one of the plans for this next year. I'll spill the beans. We are looking at replicating this adventure once again in 2024. I'll have some details as early as maybe next week or the week after. But we're talking about doing another big trip with the scuba magicians and maybe even another special guest. So who knows what will happen? But you'll have to pay attention, see how that unfolds. But yeah, being that January is Kristen's birthday month, she'll be celebrating all month long, and we'll cover the festivities accordingly, I'm sure. Now, we also have...
Yeah. We all know I celebrate for the whole month, too,
exactly. Pretty much a whole year, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We also have... we got Rachel with us. Freediving Rachel, Mermaid Rachel, Freediving Rachel, movie star Rachel. Where are you at these days during the holidays, Rachel? How are you?
Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see everybody. Well, I am here at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas.
Oh, sweet.
So
Everybody wants to
Yeah,
be
it's
her
really-
right now.
Yeah.
Everyone who wants to be her right now, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, there it is. Right.
Hi.
Yeah. What are you doing there
Aye.
in Atlantis, other than just being a mermaid, and that's what they do, I guess.
Well, actually, this time I'll actually be performing with two legs. I'm going to be spinning some LED toys, so it's kind of like fire dancing except with LEDs. So I'll
Yeah.
be able to spin logos and pixels, and
Sweet.
it's going to be for their New Year's party.
Oh,
and then
that's
hopefully get some
right.
freediving in.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that is a pretty cool resort, by the way. They got quite kind of like an outdoor aquarium. I don't know. Do they still got the mantas and stuff there at Atlantis, or have you looked around yet?
Well, we just got here today, so I'm kind of sleep
okay.
deprived. But I haven't seen any mantas. I have seen some reef sharks, and I've seen what look like little baby modulas. I think they're actually stingrays because they feed the stingrays.
Yeah.
So they have the stingrays here, and I've seen like a few little sharks, but that's
Okay.
about all I've gotten to see
All
so
right.
far.
Yeah, they used to have like a couple big, massive mantas in the aquarium there at Atlantis, but it's been years, so I don't know what they got swimming around in the tank there. But they got a ton of stuff, and it's semi closed. Are you going to be able to swim around in the tank, or are you just planning to do some free diving in the general vicinity there?
I mean, if they let me, I brought a mermaid tail, so that would be
okay.
super cool if I got to perform. But I don't know who to talk to be able to get in there.
Well, just put on your tail, and they'll come to you. I betcha. I'll say, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'll jump in the water if you want me.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll come to me, and then I won't be able to perform anymore here. They'll be like, "And you are out of here."
No, they won't. They're fans of the mermaids. I have a feeling. And what about
Just
you,
tell
Rachel?
them you're part of the scuba squad.
No, don't do that.
not say that
Oh
word.
my God.
Whatever you do.
I'll be sure to wear one of those hats while I'm wearing my mermaid's tail. And I'll hop in the
Okay. Well,
aquarium
after you
and-
get a ironclad commitment that you can do whatever you want, then you can play that card. That'd be my advice to you. But looking back at the last year, has there been a dive, or in your case, maybe a free dive experience that has stood out in your mind as one of your faves of 2023? What do you think?
Oh man. Well, it's hard to pick. Can I summarize three really short ones?
Sure. Go.
Stretch it out.
So the first one was a fun dive. We went down to 22 meters with some sharks in Roatan. So that was with a bunch of my freediving buddies.
That's pretty sweet.
And that was also around the time of the World Championships. So I hit 50 meters on one breath, and that was a goal that I had for the World Championships, and I ended up exceeding that. But when I finally hit 50, I was like, yeah! And then the last one was an RC shoot that we did in some cenotes. So we replicated the Spider-Man kiss at 15 meters.
Oh, yes. I saw the picture of that on Facebook or Instagram or something. Yeah, I mean, she's like a actress, model, underwater model, mermaid, fire-breathing twirler. I mean, she does all kinds of crazy stuff. A mermaid of many talents. And we'll find out what the third one is and check in with Mermaid Kelly, too, next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Nex Underwater Products. nextdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Tonight is the night.
It only happens once a year, New Year's Eve.
Nothing changes on New Year's Day.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Look, we are reflecting on a pretty good dive here for 2023. We could always dive more, and that is our New Year's resolution. But we're going through the crew and finding out what were their highlights diving-wise. And who knows, maybe you'll hear them talking about a dive they did that will inspire you to put it on your list for 24. We're kind of, 2 out of 3 of Rachel's highlights. One was a free dive with a bunch of sharks in Roatan at like 150 feet, just holding her breath. She's crazy. And then she did a underwater photo shoot recreating the upside down. It was the upside down kiss from Spider-Man, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that was really fun. We did that at 15 meters.
That's pretty awesome. And I saw that you can do a search online, probably find those photos of Rachel Novak. We'll just throw it out there. And then, so what was the third
Those
one?
photos were so cool.
They were. What was the
thank
third one,
you.
Rachel? What was the other third highlight from 23 that you want to share?
Well, I think those there were 2 that were kind of smashed together. The second one was actually me getting to do a competition dive at the World Championships where I hit 50 meters. So that was like a personal best. The shark dive in Roatan, that was a completely different dive. That was to like the 20-meter range, so 66 feet.
Ah, okay.
But,
well, still, that's
and then-
pretty awesome. Yeah.
And then there's a few more, like diving under the ice, like in an alpine lake, and then diving when the larches turn. So those were some other ones, but that's like 5, and that's cheating. I can't talk about that.
Okay, wait. That was in a lake. Were you diving in an ice hole?
No, we backpacked up to this lake called Snow Lake. It was
Yeah.
4 miles in and then 1,000-foot elevation gain.
Yeah.
And we swam all the way across the lake and found like where the glacier had like frozen and into the water. So we swam under the ice shelf, and there were like a few different swim throughs and whatnot.
Nice. Now, well, the reason I ask is that I got a request this week to attend the 7th annual Ice Hole Challenge or Ice Hole Festival. I got to be careful how I,
I think
say
you
that.
misread that, Greg.
No.
It was a different
I don't think so.
invitation.
No, it's no, they really dive an ice hole. And it's I think it's Ohio. Let's see. I'm not finding the here it is. Yeah. The Ice Hole Diving Festival. I think it's like late March, May, or March,
Please
April.
tell me they have T-shirts.
Well, of course they do. But they teach a bunch
Do they
of
have free
divers.
divers?
Oh, well, I'm sure they will take them. But, they teach everybody how to dive in an ice hole.
That's
Would
totally
you?
on the bucket list.
Yeah. I mean, for instance.
Now you would be dry suiting that sucker, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. You don't want to dive in an ice hole without a dry suit, do you?
No.
I mean,
Rachel's shaking
Some of my
her
buddies
head
are
no.
doing like 5 to 7 mil wetsuits.
well, exactly. Really? They would be doing that in a wetsuit, even when it's ice hole?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Some of my buddies are doing 5 to 7 mil wetsuits. Like
Okay.
open cell, not scuba.
I'll be
so it's a little bit
sitting on
warmer.
top of the ice watching you idiots freeze.
So if it was Jerry's ice hole, would you dive it?
No.
Okay. Would you want to?
No.
I think you're cruising on the edge there, Mr. Producer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Producer, we don't have a producer.
But anyway, as much as I am a warm water wuss, I will say, when you watch the videos of these ice holes, you kind of want to participate. You kind of want to jump right in there.
Would that go
get
down
in that
in
ice
the
hole
annals
and
of Scuba Radio history?
What do you mean?
Would that go down in the annals of Scuba Radio history?
After you dove an ice hole? I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
You got to do it.
Right.
When is it?
Have you ever seen an ice hole that you didn't want to dive into?
Where is it, Greg?
It's Ohio, some community in Ohio, I think. Oh, we'll get the details.
I
of
was
this.
hoping it was in Butte, Montana.
Really? Why you?
I thought it would be in Lake Titicaca.
Okay, that's enough. My gosh, you guys are terrible. I don't know what you're reading into it, but it sure doesn't sound appropriate for this year. Maybe next year, but not this year. So anyway, okay. Well, that's great stuff, Rachel. We kind of got off track there a little bit.
Where is it?
Huh?
Where'd you say it was?
Butte. Butte. I'm sorry.
No, I said it would be funny if it was there, but where is it actually?
Well, I said I think it's Ohio, someplace, some community in Ohio.
There's a Moose Hole, Alaska. Does that count?
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's accurate. But yeah, if you just
you're thinking of Moose Knuckle.
If you do a search on the Ice Hole Diving Festival, it'll pop right up, and they got the 7th annual one coming up, I guess.
And when is it?
I don't know. I want to say
Road trip.
It's February or March.
All right.
Yeah. So would you guys do it if we? I mean,
I don't have a dry suit.
Do you
and I'm
have
not dry suit?
Would you be
certified.
totally up for it, or would you have to see the ice hole before you dove in it? Or would you just go sight unseen and dive any old ice hole?
I'm down. Let's go.
All right. Kelly's in.
We got a mermaid.
All right. Well, okay, then that brings us to Kelly. We got to find out what Kelly is, what her diving highlights were. I'm assuming there were no ice holes involved.
There were no ice holes involved.
Okay. Well, maybe next year. But what was your highlight as far as diving-wise, Kelly? What do you think?
I have actually a few from this year. My number one would be my shark dive in the Bahamas with Stewart's Cove.
Ah,
for
there
my
you go.
birthday.
Yeah. Oh, that was on your birthday, too.
In April, yeah.
All right. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, we were just hanging with
Turks
Stuart
and Caicos.
in the
Obviously,
Virgin.
that was
on the
a
Virgin boat.
huge highlight. That was so fun.
Yes, we had a good time she was on the liveaboard with us with the scuba magician and Kristen as well. And but back to the Stewart Cove shark dive. What sharks did you see on that dive? And that was actually on your birthday too?
Like a lot of reef sharks.
Yeah.
There were some black tips. There were no hammerheads.
Everything but right? Because they do have all kinds of sharks on that dive. He's been doing it for years, and that's a very impressive. Did you actually do the shark dive on your birthday too, when you were at Stewart's
it was
place?
the day before my birthday, so that we could drink on my birthday.
Ah, that's just good planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you said, was there another one? So you had the Turks and Caicos, you had Nassau with
Turks and
Stewart
Caicos.
Cove.
I went diving in Cancun.
Nice.
I went diving in Hawaii.
Man, she has too many choices. It sounds
You
like
think Cuba.
Oh, that's
I
right.
never got to dive in Cuba. I
Oh,
was
you
so
didn't
sad
get.
about
You
that.
just. That's right. You got blown out when you went to Cuba,
Yeah,
right?
the weather didn't permit it.
All right. Well, hey, that is excellent. It's so good when you have more options, and it's tough to make a decision of what's your favorite. We'll continue the conversation next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a
guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Dive, dive, dive. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? We'll drink a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne.
I think that cup has some moonshine in it. Jerry the Diver Guy hooked us up on this last show of 2023. I am Greg the Dive Master, and it has been a good year. But you got to not only look back on the past year, but you got to look ahead to the next one and make your diving New Year's resolutions. I think it's fair to say that pretty much the entire crew seemed to be up for diving an ice hole. Despite the fact it would be. Oh, you wouldn't do it.
No, I don't have a dry suit, and I'm not wearing a wetsuit for that. It's too cold.
Well, get a dry suit. You could rent one probably. Yeah, they do that. They let you rent them.
Just dive it a la natural, and then you could be a polar bear.
Nope.
Okay.
Hard pass. Don't you have to get it? Isn't that a special certification for?
Well, that's what they're doing at the 7th annual Ice Hole Festival.
So they'll certify you one day, and then
that's in Iowa.
It's Iowa. Okay.
No, it's in North Dakota. The Fargo Ice Hole.
It's any place where they have an ice hole.
Yeah, Fargo.
I don't think you can just dive in any old ice hole.
Well, it'd probably be you'd prefer to dive in, someone
but I bet
that
the visibility would be good.
Yeah, you would want to know who's created the ice hole for you, right?
You could
whose
possibly
ice hole it was.
See one of those 7-gill sharks.
What do you do to keep the ice hole from sealing back up?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Are these big ice holes or small ice holes?
Oh, it depends on the area.
Depends on the
wide
auger.
or narrow.
You're asking way
auger.
too many questions. I don't know why that would matter. You just want it to be big enough that you can fit into.
So it has to be wide.
None of us are going there, Greg.
I don't know.
We're not
what's
touching
going
now
on.
the 10-foot auger.
All right, just stop it, you guys. Man,
How come you say that like it's always our fault? You lead us
'Cause it
into
is.
these things.
you guys are my excuse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Follow the leader.
Anyway, let's look forward to a new year. I mean, what do you want to do? Kristen, you just put food in your mouth. Talk to me. I'm looking up at the camera. I see- she put a
If
big
she
old
spits
bag
that
of
out
corn
through
nuts in her
nose,
mouth.
I'm off.
Oh God.
We'll give her a minute to digest.
Now you're making her
And
choke.
Chew
then
faster.
yes, but I don't know. I mean, as far as on your list of dives for 2024, do you have anything in particular, Kristen?
It
Other
was a
than
really big mouthful.
the plan, the plan is to head down to the Keys in January and do some stuff down there in Key Largo. But what about beyond that? Anything on the bucket list, diving wise, that you might knock out in
Hammerheads.
2024? Hammerheads again? You can never get enough.
Of course. I know. Shark diving is obviously my favorite. I do one of my other dream dives is great whites, but
Yeah.
hammerheads are my favorite sharks.
Well, you
So I
know-
do want to do the hammerheads again this year if I have the opportunity to. But
Right.
to be honest, I'm just happy to even be like back in the water and diving. I don't care where I go. I don't care what I'm doing. I just want to dive.
She just wants to be wet, like every scuba diver on the planet. And that's a good
Amen.
New Year's
Get
resolution.
wet and eat more nuts.
Okay.
Jerry.
Just leave your personal life out of it. But when it comes to Key Largo in January, though, CJ pointed this out during the commercial break. We got great whites in Florida right now. This is the time of year.
One of the
pinging.
largest great whites.
They're pinging.
Yeah, they're pinging them, and they could buy.
They
my
come
God.
down in the winter.
Yeah, that
That
happens.
would be the best. Like if I'm just diving and turn and see a great white, I would be in heaven.
Do great
Really?
whites
So
feed on? Do great whites feed on mermaids? I don't know.
No, they're scared of mermaids.
They
Greg,
do.
Greg's
They-
told that story a million
I've told it
times.
exactly.
They're scared of mermaids.
We did that experiment in the Galapagos or Guadalupe years ago. Threw the mermaids in the water, scared away 8 great whites, scared the bejesus out of them, and ruined the shark dive for the rest
So
of the day.
mermaids right up there with killer whales.
They're above the great white in the
We're top of
animal
the food
kingdom.
chain.
Don't put
Evidently.
the
We're top of the
tail
food
on.
chain.
Don't put the tail on and go do it.
Yeah, because otherwise we won't see them.
Well, that's true.
Oh no.
I've always said
What do you
I
mean?
don't. I want.
Wait, you say we? Are you going to come diving in Key Largo? Is that what you're trying to say, CJ?
If we happen to be diving,
Yeah.
don't put the tail on.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Apparently, the new rule will be no bananas or fishtails allowed on the boat.
Bananas?
Yeah, that keeps away the sharks too. That's
Yeah, you can't take bananas on
bad
boat.
luck.
Bad
Really?
luck.
Yeah.
Bad luck on boat.
I
That's
never
right.
heard that.
Yeah, bananas are bad luck.
I
on
thought it just
boats.
attracted monkeys.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, bad luck.
And if it's an island that grows bananas, there's a good chance there won't be any sharks near the
Really?
Wow.
near the island. Yeah,
That's
Oh,
not true.
that's why we don't.
great. I
No,
learned
it's true.
something.
That's why we don't see them when we go to Dominica.
Hey, Vinny, I learned
Huh.
something. Did
What?
you learn something?
No.
Or you already knew that?
Are you trying to wake him up?
Vinny,
What?
wake up.
What?
Okay.
What?
Never mind. Go back to sleep.
Thought he was having a stroke.
We were talking on the cruise, Vinny and I, and he was
Yeah.
telling me how he likes to try to learn something every day, at least one new fact.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I
Right.
just learned about the
He
banana thing.
remembered.
Well,
He's
you
suffering
knew
from
about the
Indonesia.
banana legend, right?
I never heard that.
That you can't have bananas on a boat or scare away the sharks.
I've
or-
heard it before. Yeah, I've heard it before.
Okay, so that's
Oh.
nothing new then for him. Sorry.
No, he's got that knowledge.
What about ice holes? You like diving ice holes?
Just the sound of that word, I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. Hey, I don't know what to think of that.
But seriously,
I saw what he did there.
It scares me.
Yeah.
Put in Ian, no, he doesn't
Okay.
like it.
All right. That's enough. Just stop. Let it lie. Let it just let it marinate for a while.
Uh-huh.
Huh. All right. What's on your list for 2024, CJ? What about you? Do you have anything you want to add?
try to get another shark dive in somewhere.
Well, I mean,
I go back to Bimini in a heartbeat.
You want to roll the dice and do this thing
Keys.
in the Keys and look for a great white?
Yeah.
We could ping and then try to see if we could time it around great white sightings.
Let's do it, man. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, the only thing I've said this before. I don't know that I'd want to run into a great white when I was not expecting to see one.
Well, just keep your eyes peeled.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, if they
I
just
do.
pop
I do.
in,
It would be the best surprise.
it would be a good surprise. But I kind of think you'd have to change your board shorts after.
Great whites are
that
like
kind of thing.
Indians back in the old West. They sneak up on you.
Right. And would you be okay with that, Casey? Or would you?
Oh, I'd be in the water in a heartbeat. I
well, what if you're underwater?
Area,
Well, yeah.
but
What if you're diving though, and all of a sudden you look around to your left and you're like, "Holy crap!"
I was harvesting urchins off the coast of Washington, and fishermen about 100 yards away radioed us and said, "I just cut a great white off my line. You might want to know." We didn't see him, but he was close.
And did you get out of the water, or you
No,
like?
I kept working. I was getting paid.
Yeah, that doesn't sound smart. But
I don't think they can sneak up on you anymore. I think you'd hear the music first.
oh,
Yeah.
that could be. I don't know if that's a law or rule or
Well,
general.
maybe you hear the pinger going off.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
one just ate Kristen.
Oh, that's right. She. Oh no,
She
no,
must have
she's
had
right there.
bananas.
She showed you. She's right back in
Scared
there.
the divers away.
Okay.
Yeah, she's eating a banana.
Whoa.
I was having a private conversation with Kelly.
Yes. Will you guys please stop?
Sorry.
That's what it said. It said, would they please stop? And we won't. So we gotta finish up the show still. But look, yeah. I mean, there's things. There's a couple little things I want to share with everybody of what I want to do in 2024. Do you guys care?
Oh, look at the time.
Oh,
No.
well,
Oh, my word.
doesn't
No.
matter because I'm gonna share with you anyway. That's
Oh,
next.
sorry, we got a commercial break
Stay
coming up.
close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Happy New Year to you. A little early, celebrating accordingly with some stray cats. They're feral, so we can, depending on where you poke them, depends on what pitch they meow. And that's a musical masterpiece right there, isn't it? Is everybody impressed? Just like
I don't
me?
want to talk over it.
Yeah. Well, that's enough. We can only put up with that for so long.
You don't want to poke them in the asshole, right?
No, then they'll get cold wet.
That's inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Thank God this is the last broadcast of 2023.
And
we
here's
can
to you,
start
buddy.
fresh for
Right,
2024.
here's to you.
Look at old Jared's got his mason jar full of spring water.
Oh, Lord.
What
We
flavor
didn't
is
get
that?
any.
What flavor is that? Feral kitty?
That's peach.
Mm-hmm. So old
Right.
Chicken manure.
Jerry has been drinking since the crab extravaganza. He hadn't stopped. You got to pace yourself there, Jer. Slow down now.
No, I don't
Slow
think
down
he
there,
was
big boy.
drinking the early part of the show because he's gotten a lot more animated since he cracked open that jar.
Has he?
Yeah. Look at him now. He's all grinning and happy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, is there anything on your dive list for 2024 or what, Jer? What do you think?
Yeah, going back to Fiji. Trying to
back
get
to
as
Fiji?
much travel in as I can.
Yeah. Is there any place that you haven't been that's on your list that you think you might be able to accomplish in 2024?
Yeah, Greg, me and you talked about it.
And it is?
That would be Yap.
Yap could be one of them. Yes. Yap is on my list for sure. There's another place on my list, and I haven't been to Yap either, but there's a place it's a little
Bonaire.
bit exactly. And I have not been to Bonaire since we started Scuba Radio. And I think we're finally going to make this happen in 2024.
I'll do Bonaire. I've been there. It's fabulous.
You'll do Bone Air.
I'll do. Well, now I'm confused.
It's not pronounced boner.
No, I said Bonaire. Bonaire.
It's like
Do they have ice holes there?
No.
That's
No,
how the
too
French
warm.
say
It's in the
boner.
tropics.
the French.
Bonaire. Yeah. Anyway, so when we first started Scuba Radio, I walked around the DEMA show that year right
Good
before
for
we
you.
started. No, but I walked around and I was pitching the idea,
Oh, there's more.
and I at that DEMA show, and I won a trip to Bonaire. I won one. I had a 5-night trip to Captain Don's habitat.
Captain Don.
And,
May he rest
had-
in peace.
Yep, had an amazing trip down there. And then I started the show a few months later, and we've never been back.
Oh, I thought you said you have not been to Bonaire.
No, I haven't been since we started Scuba Radio.
Oh,
26 years ago. And that's what it's been odd because, it's a very popular dive destination. It's not hard to get to, especially from us here in Florida. And for whatever reason, we haven't been able to make it work.
Is it Caribbean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's down there. It's in the ABCs. Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao.
I got you.
Dutch Caribbean.
Been to Curacao.
And very douchey.
I knew you were
All
going to
three
say that.
islands are very different diving.
Yes, very different islands.
Yes.
Bonaire's kind of more, rustic, or actually, I don't know. When we were at the DEMA show, we were talking to all the operators. There's been a lot of development there, and all the resorts have really, upped their game.
I was there
friends
when they first got their gambling license, so they just had like 2 nightclubs putting in machines.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
It was exciting, the development we saw.
Yeah, but it's still, the diving there is, very highly rated, and they have
I'd be down for that.
very good
I can't go in
shore
May,
diving.
because in May I'll be diving the British Virgin Islands.
Really? Doing what? Like
Yeah.
the Wreck of the Rhone or something?
We chartered a catamaran
Yeah.
and a captain, and we're just going to be bouncing around the British Virgin Islands in different sites. I've already told them to load up like 4 or 5 tanks.
Wow. So you've chartered this boat with like a Captain Ron kind of guy?
Yeah.
You're going to cruise down there and
Yep.
and it'll be 50-50 whether you make it back?
Yeah.
If that
Well, it depends if I want to come back. If
Depends
somebody
on the
offers
tip.
me a job,
Yeah.
I might stay. I don't
I'm
know.
going to sail you right into the ice hole.
Okay, there's no ice holes in down there.
No.
It's
No
too
ice.
Captain
warm.
Ron's going.
I don't know. what
Lots
he's
of
talking
rum, though.
about. Lot of rum. There's a lot of
Lot of rum.
but the
That's
Wreck of the
your best.
Rhone, that I've dove that years ago.
Wreck of their own, I've dove that.
That's
Yeah,
where they
it's
filmed the movie The Deep with Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh, yeah.
which really isn't very deep. So if anybody knew the wreck, they kind of blew that theory.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, you can report back. Tell us what it looks like these days.
I
It's
will.
probably
I
just
will.
a
So
bunch
we
of
have
rubble.
to schedule
isn't it?
everything
I don't know.
outside of May.
Outside of May. Well, there's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff going on actually in May that's popping up on my radar, but we'll see. We will see.
All right.
I mean, one is I told you earlier about that there's a weekend, and I think it's the first weekend of May. They're doing that thing in the Keys where you go and plant the coral, and you get to dive for free.
I know.
That'd
I just
be cool.
thought of
I
something.
mean, the Keys I could do because I could just drive down there.
Well, true. Okay.
Get her down.
Yeah.
I
Get her
just thought.
down.
I just thought of one I want to do.
What do you want to do,
for
CJ?
2024.
Yeah. What is it?
Stewart Coves.
Stewart Coves.
Got to hang
Dive
with
Bahamas.
him. The whole cruise. And
Right.
Never been to his place.
Right. And after hanging with
Which,
him on that cruise, he'll never have us over, I'm sure.
That's on
Oh,
the,
just because I won
that's on
Gumby.
the-
Didn't you say he's expanding his operation, Greg?
No, he
He's-
moved.
Building new buildings? Or something?
Well, he's in new buildings now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a new facility and he's
Nice.
building a new
when he can remember.
place. What do you mean when he can remember? Who?
Well,
Bubble Boy?
watching him drink on the cruise ship with us, he wasn't remembering much the next day.
Oh, he did fine. He
Yeah.
had a good time. We had a great visit with him and Neil and
Yeah,
Walt,
that was excellent. That was a
Walt,
great trip.
Gomez, and Julio. All three of
All
them.
of them showed up.
Yes.
Down by the schoolyard.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah, we may have to recreate that magic on the
I
on the
do
cruise
shark
again.
dive at Stewart's Cove. I took a group of students over there and got
Yep.
them certified. It's
well,
great.
who knows? Maybe we'll have to do another.
It's criminal
those
that I
cruise-
have not been there yet. It's really wrong.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Well, I
Well,
mean,
I'd like to go too.
nope.
CJ, you
sorry.
can go when I go.
No
All
chance. No chance
When
in
are
hell.
you
Vinny.
going?
It's going to be soon.
What do you
Soon,
mean?
Got it.
Where are you
It'll
going?
probably be in February.
Where are you going?
Stewart.
Stewart. Why?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say you could go.
I'm just going to go over to Stewart. And
Did you ask
play
for
in
the time? Did he
ice
ask for the time off?
hole. Oh God.
It'll
I'm
be
just
unpaid.
hearing
never
about
saw
this
his
now.
request.
It'll be unpaid.
Yeah, it'll be unpaid. That's for damn sure.
Matter of fact,
No,
we're
I'm
going to
sorry.
dock you for it. You owe us.
Barry gets out to Patty's house, but I can't go diving.
Well, maybe that's just how it
Barry had
works.
sick leave.
We have a lack of standards here that we have to
All I can
abide
say
by.
is
Okay.
Heck with you.
All right.
What
Well,
if we
look.
record segments for you while we're there?
I'll
No,
just
God,
drink
no.
my
I don't.
blues
I want
away.
no no documentation or record of any kind.
Got it.
Yes.
We'll get you at least 2-3 segments.
Yeah. Hey, in all seriousness, I do want to take this moment just to thank everybody for putting up with our nonsense for another year. How about that?
Are you going soft on me, boy?
No, it's the truth.
Unsolved.
God knows we have way more fun than we
Turn into a girly boy.
Are you
we
thanking
should.
us for doing the show?
No.
Or people for listening?
No, you know
Exactly.
you're not going to thank us.
Did somebody send money in a Christmas card? Is that what's going on here?
Nope.
You aren't sharing it?
No way. I'm not sharing squat with you losers. But the people listening and putting up with this nonsense, I really do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart.
From the bottom of his
Thank
black,
you.
cold heart.
And if
thank you.
That guy that brought me the
bottom of
cigar,
his
Nima's
asshole.
listening.
Oh,
Thank
quiet.
you very much.
It's another great year on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I can't believe we get to do this. We are too damn lucky, that's for sure. And it's all your fault, or you can take credit. It's up to you. And on that disturbing note, we're going to wrap it up for 2023. Remember, it's always better. Where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
There, you want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.